All right, really quickly before we get into the video, I see y'all. Thank you for, liking the videos, watching the videos on my channel, engaging in the comment section. That's great and all. However, see that? You see that? Right about there? Yeah? Y'all know what you gotta do. Y'all already know. I know that y'all know what you gotta do. Because y'all are the greatest. Alright, here we go. Alright, welcome to Knowledge with Ninja, where we talk about decks that I like to play and how to win with them. This week we're talking about infernoble. Brand new deck out of Rise of the Duelist. Got a top 8 slot at the recent LCS. Yeah. It is a non-linear combo deck that uses good warrior extenders and a Soul Day to search a big boss boy named Gearfried that is basically a free negate to play around Nibiru and other hand traps. It also hand loops your opponent for 1 to 2 cards, depriving them of resources, and then just has big bodies on board to swing in for game on turn 3. It is very non-linear. There are a wide variety of combos. You have a multitude of bricks, and there are combo lines for each way that you can play around all your bricks. There are combo lines for when you open Genba. There's combo lines for when you open O-Line, there's combo lines for when you open Jet, there's combo lines for when you open the Aqua Dolphin, there's even some combo lines with Tatsunoko for when you open the Driver. Like, this deck is super non-linear, but it's also very resilient to hand traps, which is usually a problem that non-linear combo decks have. They usually have like 1 or 2 choke points, and if you hand trap there, you're good. If you don't, you die, right? Gearfried helps you avoid that because you can just special it from your hand by banishing like an equip. You're good, right? It's just a negate. Beautiful. Awesome. Also, their boss monsters are like untargetable, can't be destroyed by card effects, and they are big, let me tell you. You also have like a Trident. This deck is just sick. Let's get into the deck. Let's just get into the deck. Okay, so here's the deck, right? We're just gonna get into it. We've got a Fireflint Lady. If you control a warrior monster, special herself from the hand, right? Special herself. Great, awesome, fantastic extender. Like, every monster in your deck is a warrior monster. Another thing that you can do is you can tribute herself from the field and then special a level 4 or lower warrior from your hand. And then it's immune to targeting, right? So the thing that I see coming up with this, especially that second effect, is that you can special Flint Lady and then tribute it to special Ogier and then trigger Ogier's effect, right? And then, they can't Veiler it, they can't Impermit, they can Ash it, they can Ogre it, but like, that's like 2 of the biggest hand traps in the game because of TTT now, right? You don't want to be using monster effects because then they're just like, oh, okay, I'm going to draw 2. Or, oh, I'm just going to hand loop you for 1. Great. Awesome. God Phoenix Gearfried. This is the boy. Absolutely colossal lad. Let me tell you. So, you can special it from your hand by banishing a field spell that is on the field or in the graveyard. Not a field spell, an equip spell, sorry. This entire deck revolves around the equip spells, right? Noble Knights, they do the whole thing. But also God Phoenix Gearfried does the thing. So that's pretty good. He's also a negate that you can just get out for free, right? Basically for free. Like, you're going to go through a Soul Day plays anyway. You're going to have equip spells anyway. You banish them, and then, oh, good. I can just go Olivir equip. He can't be targeted, and he's a negate. That is fantastic. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Love it. Renaud. If you control a fire warrior monster, that is very specific. You can special him from your hand. And then he's a tuna, right? A tuna. You can only special him once per turn. If he's specialed, you can target one of your fire warrior monsters or one of your equip cells that is banished or in your graveyard, except for Renaud. Add it to your hand. So Renaud helps you get back the Gearfried that you send off of this lad over here, but we'll get to that. Astolfo. This card's actually kind of broken. I'm not going to lie. Once per dual effects, sign me up. So you can banish one fire warrior monster from your hand or graveyard. Special this card from your hand. Then you can make this card's level become the level of the banished monster. Ah, I see. Anyway, second effect. It helps you in the grind game. You can banish the card from your graveyard. Special summon this banished card during the second standby phase after this effect's activation. Then you can special summon one of your fire warrior monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Astolfo once per duel. So there was no level restriction on either of those effects. So you could bring back Gearfried in the grind game, get that shit for free. Or you could modify its level, discarding, banishing Gearfried, which might be pretty bad, but it will become a level 9. There's someone who wants to say hello, Mr. VFD. Ah, yes, he is in the building. Not yet, not yet. I don't think that people are actually going to use it that way. It doesn't seem that good, but it is something that you can do. Ogier. While this card is an equipped card, the equipped card cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then the other one, Olivier, cannot be destroyed, cannot be targeted with card effects, right? And then also, if this card is normal or special, you can send a noble arms or one fire warrior monster, except for Ogier, from your deck to the graveyard. It's basically a foolish for your entire deck. If this card is in the graveyard, you can target a warrior monster you control, equip this card to that card. This comes up. So this guy can send Gearfried. If you also have Renaud, special Renaud, add back Gearfried, special Gearfried, because you have to have an equipped spell on him. Oh, looky there, Durandal. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Olivier, same effect, except for it cannot target it with card effects, right? You can only use each of the following once per turn. You can send one fire monster or one equipped card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. Special this card from your hand as a level 1 monster. It is also a tuner. Same with Renaud. Right? We're getting there. We're getting there. You can send one fire. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target a warrior monster you control, equip it to that monster. Pretty good. Genba. It's the only level 2 fire warrior tuner. We play it for a certain Isolde combo. There's a level 1, level 2, and level 4 variant of the Isolde combo. We'll get into those. Olion, Jet. Y'all see the extra. Y'all know what the fuck's going on. Connector. Connector's probably the best card in the entire deck, if I'm being honest. It's a 1-card Isolde. It baits negation, right? It baits the hand traps. You can just special summon Fireflint Lady. Pretty good. And then also, right, if you actually get the Aqua Dolphin on board, right, you can save the connector for later. It's a surprise for later. And then you tribute the connector to special the Aqua Dolphin, and then you hand loop for 2. I love that. I love that. Of course, if you have the hand resources, but this deck has some issues with that, but you can play around that. It's easy. Gamma. Suffice it to say, this is probably the best hand trap to be playing in this deck. Why? Gamma is a level 2 tuner, and that comes up a lot. Why do you think we're playing Olion? Why do you think we're playing Genba, right? And then you have Driver. In the Tatsunoko variants, this comes up a lot, where you can use Tatsunoko and Driver in hand to make Charles or Trish. No, you can't make Trish. It requires, 2 non-tuners. Never mind. I don't know how to read. But you can make Charles because he's completely generic. Durandal. If this card is equipped to a monster, you can add 1 level 5 or lower fire type warrior monster from your deck to your hand. Then destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, because the equipped monster was sent to the graveyard, you can target a level 5 or lower fire warrior monster from your graveyard, special it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for warrior monsters. You can only use one Durandal effect once per turn, and only once that turn. So, Durandal, right? You really only use the first effect. You use it, primarily, after you used Ogier effect to send Gearfried. You pop the Durandal, add Renaud. Renaud special, add Gearfried. Gearfried banish Durandal special Gearfried. That's 3 summons. And then you link off for a Soul Day, use the first effect to add like Fireflint Lady if you don't already have it in hand. Or if you're doing this combo, you would probably add Connector as well. Then you use the Ogier, that's 4 summons by the way. You use the Ogier effect to equip itself to Gearfried. Bada bing, you're insulated from Nibiru before you commit to a Soul Day. Well, the send for equip cell play, right? Heritage of the Chalice. It's a Rhoda for Noble Knights or Noble Arms, but then also if a Noble Knight that is equipped with the Noble Arms is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add Heritage of the Chalice to the hand. It's a better Rhoda. It's a better Rhoda that also searches another one of your play starters. And then your equips. You've already got the Durandal, but you also play Phoenix Blade, action unit for a combo, Smoke Grenade, and then Living Fossil because you can add it back. Anyway, your power 1-ofs, Midbreaker, E-Telly, Monster Reborn, Reasoning, and Rhoda. So like if you get hand trapped on one of your warrior monsters, you can just E-Telly out Gamma and then go into Needle Fiber. Like, just end on Savage Herald. Okay, go, right? And then you still have like 3 cards in hand. Reasoning, you have a whole bunch of levels, and it's just a free extender. Also, you probably want your monsters in the graveyard so that you can equip them to your warrior monsters, right? And then Call by the Grave. You're playing a combo deck, you probably want to play this. The deck's already highly consistent. Noticing the 43 deck count, it's already consistent. There's a shitload of extenders in here. But Call by the Grave, you probably want to play because it's a combo deck, right? The only other card that I'd switch this out for is 3 Tactical Talents, or whatever it's called in the TCG now. That card is insane. Moving on to the extra. Savage, Coral, Herald, Lundaslin, Roland, Charles, Marcher, Trish, Omega. All of these are used in one form of a combo or another, right? Sometimes you can get to Savage, Charles, Herald, right? And you just vibe. Because like you have 2 Omni Negates and a Trident pop on your opponent's turn because you have Roland in graveyard. Roland can equip itself during the main phase to someone else as a quick effect. When Charles gets something equipped on field, you can pop. That also includes when Savage is made, right, and it equips Auroradon. You can pop with Charles, but that's once per turn, but that's fine. During your opponent's turn, you're not going to equip stuff anyway, except for Roland. That's pretty neat. Trish is here probably for grind game. I don't know. Omega is here for Maximus, but Maximus isn't really being played after the LCS. That happened this past weekend. That's fine. But if they are playing it, you send the Omega, you add something back. GG. To a Soul Day, because people like to hand trap first effect, so then you punish them with an extender, then you use the second effect on the second Soul Day. Needle Fiber, Link Cross, and Auroradon. Y'all already fucking know. This shit is... And then Nightmare Phoenix, because we want a main decked out to mine plus a monster. Side deck, this is dependent on the format, but for the current format post LCS, I like Pank, Dark Ruler, Lightning Storm, Evenly, Order, Reboot, and Imperm. Now, for some sort of side decking pattern, right? I'd probably take out going second. Let's just say we're going second, right? Going second, I'd probably take out like mid-breaker, E-Tele reasoning, called by, right? And then put in whatever things you need. Going first, which would probably be like just these two, or maybe like one of the two depending on the matchup, and then imperm, probably like take out gamma. And actually you could probably just like these 5 gamma package and E-Tele, because you're not playing gamma anymore. Anytime that you want to side out the gamma, you always side out E-Tele with it. So that's 5. And then you need one more card. Probably the mid-breaker. Not the mid-breaker. Mid-breaker's broken. Probably like Monster Reborn. Anyway, that's the deck. Let's get into some combo theory. Okay, so here's the basic combo of Durandal plus Ogier, right? So you normal summon Ogier. Ogier, Foolish the Gearfried. Durandal equipped to Ogier. Durandal, add Renaud. Renaud, add the Gearfried back. Gearfried banished to special summon itself. That's 3 summons, and now you can just do a Soul Day stuff. You're gonna add something that you're not gonna use in combo, so I chose Connector. You're gonna equip the Ogier to the Gearfried. Send 4, including Smoke Grenade, to summon Olivier. Link Cross, summon 2 tokens, right? Make the level 5, which lets you add a thing on end phase. You go into Needle Fiber, summon the Jet. Make Auroradon. You summon the 3 tokens. Auroradon, summon the O-Lion from deck. And then you make Marcher, summoning back the level 5 and then getting a token off O-Lion. And then Savage is going to equip the Auroradon. And then you make Charles, equipping the Olivier to it, and then Smoke Grenade. And then if you play a second Ogier, that could be a second Ogier. The really big thing with this combo right here is that you have to put the Marcher in the extra monster zone, otherwise you will clog yourself and you won't be able to get here, right? That is essential. Okay, so here's combo number 2, another basic combo with Ogier and Renaud in hand. So you're doing the same stuff, dump the Gearfried, add the Gearfried, go into Landaslin to equip the Durandal, and then we're just going to add Flint Lady because it's a pretty good add, right? Then we're going to equip the Ogier, summon the Fire Flint Lady, make a Sold, right? And then it's literally the same combo. Like, quite literally, I'm pretty sure it's just the exact same combo. You make Roland, Needle Fiber, Jet, Auroradon, summon the 3 tokens. You summon the O-Lion, make the Marcher in the extra monster zone, that's important. Make the token, summon back the level 5, make Savage, Savage effect, equip the O-Lion, make Coral Dragon, make Charles, Coral Dragon's gonna draw you one, equip with Olivier, move to end phase. I just equip Astolfo because you want that in your graveyard for grind game, right? That's another good equip. If you don't play the second Ogier like I do, I'd probably recommend it because it lets your Charles be untargetable and undestroyable. That's pretty good. And then also you end on a +1 in hand, right? Just off of those 2 cards. You're adding the Connector and then you're drawing a card, right? So that's pretty good. Okay, so here's another combo where it's any way to get to a Soul Day and Renaud. This works a lot better if you have Sublimation Knight, but I like Connector because it lets you hand loop your opponent in extra time, right? So you do a Soul Day. You probably want to add a Fire Monster, and then you summon the Ogier, you send the Gearfried, summon the Renaud, add the Gearfried, go into Landaslin, into Durandal, add Ogier, pitch a Fire Monster, Olivier, Link Cross, make the 2 tokens, make Needle Fiber, summon the Jet. You make the Metal Marcher here, summoning back the Olivier is a level 4 tuner, and then you make Charles over here, and then Auroradon, make Savage, and I think Herald. Yeah, and then you make the Savage here, right? And then you trigger the O-Lion. This is just if you have another extender, right? You can end on all of this. Because you have the Gearfried in hand. And then you hand loop your opponent a second time, right? So they're down 2 cards, right? They have to fight through two Omni negates, a spell trap negate, what do you call it? Oh my god. Just all cards from hand or deck get banished. And then also a Trident pop. This is probably like 2 warriors plus Renaud. This is probably the combo you want to go into. Okay, this is just another 2 warrior combo, right? Before this, you probably would have activated Midbreaker. I believe that this one is one that's more susceptible to Nibiru. But if you know that your opponent isn't playing Nibiru because you've already sniped with Connector, this can be a very safe play. Like if you know they just don't have any hand traps, this one is a little bit more resource efficient, right? You make the Needle Fiber, you go into the Aurora Dawn, you make the Marcher, the O-Line, make Marcher. Summoning those 2 for the level 5. You make Aurora Dawn, summon the 3 tokens. And you leave Aurora Dawn on field here. Right? You make the Coral Dragon, then you make the Charles. And then you draw 1. And then you're going to equip the Olivia because you didn't use it in combo. And then you're going to pop it. Hand loop for 2. Right? And then you have to discard a card. Which I discard the Durandal so that it's in graveyard for the Gearfried next turn. Honestly, on this, if you hard draw the Gearfried, this is probably better than the combo that I showed you previously. Because you'll have 5 cards in hand, right? As opposed to 6. You just have an extra Herald. However, you can use Charles to equip the Smoke Grenade, pop it, loop an extra one, and then you can add the Smoke Grenade back to your hand, activate it, Aurora Dawn effect, pop, then you hand loop again. Like, this combo is really surprisingly good. It seems like a little bit less, but there's a lot of things that you can do with it, right? All right, that's about it for the video. There was a Gemba combo that I was trying to find. The only ones I could find were you go into like Tatsunoko, add red layer off of Isolde and make the Savage that way. And then you end on Charles, Herald, Savage, Gearfried, right? But I couldn't figure out the combo that Genba was intended for in the deck that I am currently using. Which, by the way, was made by a pack official TCG. Shoutouts to him. Great guy. Anyway, he'll be linked down there. His YouTube and Twitch. He top 16 to the LCS. I'm not using Kamal's list because I haven't learned the combos yet. There's some crazy like draw 6 combo apparently in there. He's playing like Formula and Hyper Librarian and shit like that. Anyway, that's about it. Non-linear combo deck, extremely fun. If you guys liked, the Goki combos back in the day, executing those, or if you like Dark Warrior combos, this plays very similar to those. Where you just loop Armageddon Knight. Yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Twitch. We're live Wednesday through Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Check out the Twitter and Instagram. I'm posting on those often, and I post when I go live, so hit up those. Hit up the Discord. We chill and vibe in there, and we hold shadow game tournaments every Friday. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I am out like a Bergen streetlight. Peace.